In the words of Dave Grohl, I've got another confession to make. This time it's nothing like his confession not that long ago. Don't worry about that. Basically, it's that I haven't watched the new season of Drive to Survive yet. So, I've not really paid attention to it. I've really kind of just got to the point now where I'm like, I fully recognize this is not for me. I am not the target audience. And in truth, I don't really enjoy it for many, many reasons. Mainly because it's not a true reflection on the sport. They twist things. They Hollywoodize things. It's what they do. And a lot of people love it. A lot of people absolutely love it. And, if you're one of those people that love it, then that's fine. There's no problem with that. But for me, I can't enjoy it personally. I just feel like there's just too much waffle and just fakeness in it, really, when it comes to that. It's not an authentic look at the Formula One grid and stuff. They invent things, in the words of Carlos Sainz, you're inventing. Stop inventing. And they just love inventing stuff. Now, Drive to Survive, unsurprisingly, has been under a bit of fire for a number of reasons, and I'm going to get into why in this article here on the F1Chronicle.com, as always. But, there are some positives to it. The sport is way more popular now than it ever has been, particularly in the United States, which I think is the whole reason why they started that series. So it has brought some good in, but yeah, there's some negatives too. Let's have a look at what, though. Like I said, full article here on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Formula One and Netflix producers have defended Drive to Survive against withering attacks from the sport's top stars Lando Norris and Max Verstappen. Verstappen has never hidden his opinion about the exaggerated Hollywood-esque production, even refusing to take part at all in some editions. One clip from the latest season showed the quadruple world champion looking upset about Lando Norris's maiden win in Miami, but closer inspection showed that Verstappen was wearing the cap he only wore at Zandvoort last year. Oh goodness me. Right, this is what I mean. Netflix described it as an unintentional error. Course mate. Apparently, I was very sad after Miami, said Verstappen. I literally had the best time ever Sunday night, so I don't know why I was upset. McLaren's Lando Norris said that Netflix is basically lying about what is really going on behind the scenes in F1. I don't think you can paint someone in the wrong picture when it's not the truth, he said. That line needs to be made clear. I don't want to made up scripts and fabricated nonsense, which there is. I mean, there is, yeah, absolutely. You can't deny that. Even fans of the sport were upset with the way producers revealed an apparent panic attack that George Russell had after an intensely hot race in Singapore, and the way his credentials as a top-line driver were constantly questioned. There is always an agenda for the story to be as good as possible, said the driver, and that's just the way the world is with entertainment programs these days. A spokesperson for Drive to Survive defended its approach, admitting its remit is to help make F1 appeal to a wider audience. Therefore, we tell the stories in an entertaining and compelling way, which has helped drive leagues of new fans to the sport, a legacy that we're incredibly proud of. This series is produced under incredible schedule pressure, and sometimes mistakes do happen. And an official for F1 also stridently defended the Netflix series. We should focus on the positive impacts of the series and not criticise something that has been beneficial to the whole sport, the spokesperson said. I mean, this is the thing, right? I mean, I've not seen the latest series of it. I don't think I've seen it for 2 seasons now. I've only seen the last 2 of them. I watched all the others. I just got tired of it after a while, like I said, because again, like those drivers are saying, it's fabricated nonsense a lot of the time. If you can accept that and just take it as an entertainment thing and something that's not a documentary, because it's not a documentary, or at least it shouldn't be one. It shouldn't be trying to portray itself as one. I don't know if it's still marketing itself as like, this is the real F1, this is the real rivalry behind the scenes and stuff like that. And they've been doing this stuff for years. I remember in Series 2, I think they fabricated a rivalry between Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz when they were at McLaren, and it's like, no, they like each other. They're best mates. Carl Lando, you can't go a line like that. But even as bad as that was, it was relatively okay in the grand scheme of things because there wasn't that much of it, and there just seems to be more and more of that creeping in. So yeah, that is fabricated nonsense. That is an outright lie in that series, and you don't like seeing stuff like that. I don't like seeing stuff like that anyway. Just, yeah, I mean, they'll say, oh, it was an unintended error, but it's like, nah, mate, you were just hoping to get away with that. It might have been a mistake. It might have been, but come on. These are the characters of the play, effectively, right, from their point of view, but they're also human beings who compete against each other, and they trust each other as well, to not crash into each other, to be safe when driving and stuff like that. There is that camaraderie there. It's not quite as what it used to be, but it's still there in Formula One, and long may it continue. So to do that, and or you could argue it's trying to drive a wedge between them, you know. Apparently Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, it certainly seems so this weekend in the Australian Grand Prix anyway, they kind of kissed and made up and moved on, really. You know, the rivalry between them, it's still there, but it's, you know, it's more wholesome now, you know, it's more healthy. So yeah, I don't like it personally. I don't like stuff like that. Like I said, I've not seen a couple series, so I don't know what they've been doing, but I do hear rumblings about this all the time. But on the positives, like I said before, they have brought a lot of fans into the sport. That can't be denied. You know, when I think I've talked before, like how I was the one guy in my school who used to like Formula One, or at least used to admit he liked Formula One and used to watch it. All my friends were like, Formula One, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Watch football, you know? And I'm like, I watch both. It's like, no, don't watch F1, it's crap. They didn't say crap, they said other words as well. But, you know, and a lot of them people used to insult Formula One. They now watch it because they watch Drive to Survive, and they're just like, oh, you know, F1's actually pretty decent. I'm just like, duh, told you. But anyway, those are my thoughts on it, guys. You know, you can say they should be held accountable, but to whom? What are they going to do? The drivers are just going to get to a point potentially where, you know, they do what Verstappen does and boycott it. I think Mercedes and Red Bull. No, was it Mercedes and Ferrari? Maybe Red Bull as well, actually. No. I remember now. It was Mercedes and Ferrari in the first series. They said they didn't want to be on it. And then for the second series, they came in. You know, and they get a situation where the likes of Verstappen and Lando Norris, they don't want to be in it, you know? And then it just hurt the product. So they got to be careful. But yeah, your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Are you a fan? I want to hear from you. What do you think of the latest series? Is it fabricating too much, or it's just part of the game? I want to hear what you think about this. Let us know in the comments below. Like, share, comment, subscribe as always. And yeah, join the Substack community, the biggest Formula One newsletter in the world. And at the end of this video, I'll have another video for you guys to check out. So please do stay tuned for that. One will be very relevant to the topic on here as well. But yeah, check out my Australia review if you haven't as well. Plenty of content coming on the way for Chinese Grand Prix this weekend too. So yeah, see you soon, guys. Have a great start to your week.